So the first poem I'm going to read is called Janny, and it's actually set on the Northern Peninsula where my mom grew up. I used to visit my grandparents up here all the time in Daniels Harbour, and I used to visit a lady next door, and she was quite a character. And I was like 6 years old, and we talked to each other, and we had lots to say to each other, and the cats would be roaming around the stove. And so this poem, she died a couple of years ago, and this poem is dedicated to her. Janny. She hissed her goodwill, tough as her billowing nightdress, tea-stained teeth, murky froth of hair rubbed shiny. Kind as the devil, yes, she would say yes, wheezing laughs like a belly stove, pumping gas as he drove in and out, flannel, sheltered, hooded. Hello, her old man, see? There was a yard of rabid geese, rude bawling to greet you, like old women bedraggled. They beseech you, ruffled loosely on the fiery bog. Wilds of the great north, where grass grabs until the ankles bleed and sting. Harsh winds behold, rock-bunched, dog-strung houses, cruelty on alert, but by God she talked. Like a demon, as she stripped her door for angels appearing on the scene, cats roaming pandemonium between soup, stove, shovel, purring, glee. Body on the cushion floor, Janny wrapped, dead now. Just this year, her sibilance silent bee. So this poem is set on the south coast, and it's based on stories my father told me growing up about him and his brothers of a certain generation. They said their prayers every night, and they said them pretty fast. And it's also about him telling me stories about the snow kind of coming through the roof and landing on their bed. And they had a traumatic incident in their family, and it always also kind of felt like it haunted that house. And so the story is based on all of that, just kind of memories put together. It's called Our Father. Our Father, who art thou? Hallowed be thy name. Heaven hung in the hall window. Off the daybed, the oil stove frames the hard stair where we know something happened. Bird dog in the porch says nothing, nor the bishop's parlor chair. Where our father once slept in snow, we couldn't know. For thine is the kingdom. Amen. The last poem I'm going to read is actually a poem set in Ireland. And if you don't know, in Ireland the beaches are called Strands. And so the poem's called Strands, and it's just about me kind of watching my son play on the beach over there, and kind of memories coming back to me. So this is called Strands, Kill Island, Ireland. Some things about my son on the strand: his watery jacket, his pool of red hair, his longing for a bow and arrow, green tractor in hand, small teeth smiling the length of his brown face, green bruises freckling his arm from falling all over this place, peatland moss, Celtic moor, the speed with which he reaches for Connacht. From the bog the embers pour him. Can I build a father out of you, out of your skin and bone and hair? Can I redismember my despair, make you take part, teach you how to speak in accented syllables of revenge for my grief? I do bequeath you my only promise. You are a man, an unknown man, a boy walking on the strand, watching over this holy land. But Dad is dead, and you're all that I have of how he turned his lovely head, the freshness of his face, those bones that mold you to his shape. And I have nursed you with my sober thoughts, watching, waiting for you to be. And it cannot stop a love that takes from you and gives the gift of loss before your birth. You cannot take all that away, and I will only ask you for one day, if you'll be my father.